Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon to all of you. So far, we discussed Metal Master. We completed Metal Master yesterday. So today we are going to start Bill of Materials. I suggest all of you please practice this Metal Master before the next session. Also, we are going to complete the Bill of Materials today. So I need all of you to create the Bill of Materials for them. All the things you can refer to the materials already created. So please refer them and create the Metal Master and also Bill of Material before next session. So please don't come with any excuse or something. Okay. I'm telling next week only, Saturday. Okay. Right. So if you have any doubts, clarifications, please let me know about this Material Master. And also yesterday I shared the videos, the 5 sessions. Please confirm, have you received all of them? Second, I sent all the materials in PDF format. I think that I sent this morning only. Please confirm receipt of them also.
I received, sir. Okay.
I also received, sir.
Yeah, because that day somebody was telling, right? So email is not received or like that. I just want to confirm all those things. One is that the videos transfer. Another is material in PDF format. And yesterday I shared the demand management on file to WhatsApp. So that is the material which is covering the top discussion about the not only the planning strategy but also handling the demand in SAP. That is very exhaustive document. You may go through it later, but as of now you can keep it as for your learning purpose. The demand. It is a little old document, but still it is very much relevant today also because the basics are not changed in SAP. Right. Now we'll go into the Metal Master. Sorry, Bill of Materials. So there are key Metal Masters what we discussed now so far, right? And we took a lot of time to understand the Metal Master. After that, what you need to understand as a person who has to be good in both the planning and also purchase. You need to understand what is bill of material and purchase info record and source list. Also, you need to understand what are all the movement types which are used in SAP. So we'll look at the movement types later. As of now, let us start with the bill of materials. So bill of material, once we start, we will see what is the overview of SAP P master data. This one we discussed already. Why will be seeing this again and again is to understand the connection between all these master data. The metal master is there. The metal master, with the metal master, we create bill of material, where the header material is where we are going to produce the product, the child materials where we are giving the inputs to produce the header material. And then we have the work center where the activities are performed. Then the combination of work center and bill of material, we get the routing for the header material. Routing and bill of material combination is called as the production version. This production version was mandatory in ECC 6 only for process industries. In production planning, you have two kind of things when you go into the SAP, PP and PA. Okay, there are two kind of things, PP and PA. I will just open the screen and show you. To see your logistics, here you can see here production and sorry. I think
Are you sharing the...
Yeah, wait, just a minute. Yes. Okay, now you should be able to see. So when you go into the SAP, you will see here there are two things here. One is production, other is called production process. This production is used for discrete manufacturing. That is what we are using now. Production process is used for continuous process industries. Here you can see the master data, for example, recipe management. That is what the routing in our case. Work center will be called as the resources. Like this, there are some changes, little changes in technology and also some functions. Otherwise, basically, they are almost similar. You can see a production and production process. We are focusing on production. Okay. So the combination of bill of material and routing to create the production version was mandatory for that production process only, not for the discrete manufacturing. But now in S/4HANA, it is made mandatory for all in-house production items, even for discrete manufacturing and for subcontracting. In both the cases, production version is required. Without production version, bill of material will not get explored. Okay. So this is one thing which, again, the difference between S/4HANA and ECC. Now coming to bill of material. Bill of material is a complete formally structured list of the components that make up a product or family. It contains the item number of each component together with the quantity and the unit of measure. So here we see this item number, material code, material description, quantity, unit of measurement, all those things. Here we have the component list is showing subassembly 1, one number, subassembly 2, one piece, like that. This is to produce what? This is to produce one piece of finished product. That is the basic quantity. That is called base quantity. So whenever we create bill of material, we should always refer the base quantity. That is to produce how much quantity this bill of material is applicable. Okay. So that is one thing which you have to keep in mind. Base quantity. We will see them. So bill of material is applicable, and the functions of bill of material are in planning process, production scheduling process, procurement, product costing. In all the cases, bill of material is used. A single level bill of material is having a relationship between the header material and its immediate next level materials. For example, you have a finished product, like in our case, it is a gearbox. There is a subassembly input and output and some other components. That is single level bill of material. So in BoM, you will always create only single level bill of material. You can always create only single level bill of material. Then there is a multi-level bill of material. Multi-level bill of material means here we have this finished product. To produce the finished product, we have the subassembly 1, subassembly 2, component 1, component 2. And then to produce subassembly 1, we need component 3 and component 4. There is another BoM. That is the single level BoM of subassembly 1, where component 3, component 4 was used. Then we create another bill of material, subassembly 2, that is again single level bill of material for subassembly 2, where we are using component 5 and 6. And they are coming together, then that is called the multi-level BoM. That is a finished product for which subassembly, for which we have component 3, component 4. So it is becoming now multi-level. That is called multi-level. So bill of material is having integration with various functions. One is that with sale order BoM also it is there. What is the sale order bill of material? There are some products when it is sold, along with it there may be free items will be given. Then we can create the BoM with reference to the sale order, application sale order. right? During sales, right? We are giving one product, along with it, we are giving another product, like, 1+1. Or if you buy this, another is free, like that when you are giving, that cases we can use the sale order BOM. And then to work out what is the material requirement, MRP, planned orders, production orders, there sale order, this is used, MRP. For costing, it is used. And then purchasing, also it is used. And then maintenance, when you do the maintenance, equipment maintenance, that is called equipment bill of material. There also we can use. So these are all various data, how this basic data, bill of material is linked. Now how they are useful into various functions there. So bill of material usage and categories, there is a production BOM, which is used for production. There is a sale order BOM, which I told you now. There is an engineering BOM. This means that during engineering of a product or design bill of material, the BOM will be created. And that will be converted into production BOM based on the production requirement. So basically, engineering BOM they will create first. For example, when you create the engineering BOM, even if you take our case, gearbox, there may be multiple configuration of gearboxes are possible. You would have noticed you created metal master for sub-assembly, input assembly, output assembly. Along with this one input assembly, if I am using another output assembly, it is going to become another gearbox. One gearbox, no, then multiple gearboxes I can produce. So basically, there is one model gearbox. That model gearbox, there I can have a lot of varieties. So they will create all possible varieties in one model. And then based on the need, we can have the production BOM. So the design BOM, no, that is called the overall combination, all the varieties. Out of which we select some selected production BOMs. Equipment BOM, this is used in the maintenance activities. For example, we have equipment, the equipment may have hundreds of spares. We need to maintain the equipment BOM. This equipment BOM will be used to find out during maintenance problem, which are all the components they need to use, depending on the problem. If there is a noise coming from where, then they should be able to understand. Then costing. The production BOM may be different, costing BOM may be different. For example, I have the production where I can produce a product with different versions. But for costing purpose, I want to refer only one. Then I can create one costing BOM separately and keep it. That is for the purpose of costing only. Other thing, if I use different production BOM, that is a different values will come that will be treated as a variance analysis. But to capture my cost, I use a costing BOM. This is WBS BOM, which is the work breakdown structure. This is used in projects, project schedule. So for a product, what kind of BOM is required? That is called the WBS BOM. When we start to
Satya, question.
Yes.
I understood all the production BOM, equipment BOM and all, but the sale order BOM, I thought, sales order is the first one, and then we produce the materials and or the product. So in this case, what exactly is the sales order? Basically, companies receive sales order, and based on that, we produce the product. And that leads to the production BoMs and all. So what exactly is the sale order BOM?
Okay. Now, if you are having like one detergent product, for example, let us take, where the detergent product, my sales is 500 gram SKU. That's what I have to sell. That is my regular product which I am selling. But at times, I have to give a free 100 grams along with that 500 gram. I get the order for 500 gram, but I need to supply the 100 gram along with that. So during the sales order itself, I can input this BOM as a part of sale order BOM. System will capture this 100 gram as a free one. Then sale order will be created. Then further process will be proceeding. This is one example. Another example, there are some project orders, big project orders. Maybe they order for an equipment, but there will be a lot of structure which have to be supplied along with the equipment. These structure and all, they don't have different BOM, production BOM and all not there. Depending on the product what they supply, depending on the site, they need to define what kind of the structure will be required. So at that time, they include all these things as part of the sale order BOM. From there, it will go to MRP and other things, so requirement will be generated. But the inclusion will be as part of the sale order BOM. This is the approach or the usefulness for the sale order BOM. Is it clear?
Okay, I think so. So, so the promotion, say for example, the detergent example you provided, it is basically the customer is ordering 500 gram detergent, but we have a promotion, so the sale order has to include the 100 gram product also.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Thanks.
Yes. See here, the BOM what we use in the sale order, it is applicable only to that sale order. It is not going to change the bill of material for the production or anything. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So when you create the BOM, there are some questions. So whether the metal master is existing, whether the material type is allowed to create the BOM, because there are some items you cannot BOM for the metal type. For example, it is a pure raw material which you are going to buy only. For that, there is no, you cannot create BOM. Those things we can configuration, we can tell the system we should not be able to create BOM. And then what is the usage of BOM? Whether it is used for design, engineering, whether it is used for sales order, whether it is used for production, whether it is used for maintenance, what is the usage? And from when it is required, it will be effective. So you have to put the effective date. And then whether any alternate BOM required, right? For example, we told you, right? The example of what I told is about the alternate BOM is, if you take a detergent powder, I can pack it using manual pouches also, or I can pack it using the rolls also. I think I gave this example in the beginning when I was explaining the production version. So for that, do we need to have any alternate BOM? Because system will allow you to create up to 99 alternate BOMs. And then do we have any engineering change management applicable there? Engineering change management means when we change the BOM, we cannot change the BOM just like that. There should be some procedure. That is called engineering change management, ECM. We are not going to cover this engineering change BOM in this engineering change in this course. But if you like to have, you can explore it. But this is one part of the one part of the discussion which is used in the BOM. And then what is the status we are going to use in the BOM? So all these things now we need to understand. So this is the basics, like what is BOM, what is the single level BOM, multi-level BOM, those things. Now let us go to managing the BOM. So managing the BOM, to create the BOM, we use a transaction called CS01, or we go to this menu path what is shown here. There I enter the metal code and plant, and then BOM can be created for different usage. This is what is shown here, whether it is used for production or costing or engineering, those things. Like no, 1 means for production, 2 means for engineering, 3 means for applicable for universal, for any purpose. 6 means costing, like that it is there. Alternate BOM means we can create the BOM if more than one BOM is required for one product, based on manufacturing methodology or for different materials. Also, we need to put what is the validity date from when this BOM is applicable. And then when you go inside, you have to click on this header. This header icon, you click on it. When click on the header item, this is where we see this, no, the alternate BOM, usage BOM. What we enter there, they come here automatically. And then what is the valid from date, that is also coming here automatically. If there is a engineering change is used, change number also will appear here. The header quantity, this is base quantity. So I'm going to create the BOM to produce one piece of this particular product. I'm going to create the BOM to produce one piece of this product. And then what is the status of the BOM? This is again very, very important. You have BOM, but it's not getting exploded during MRP run. Then one of the point you need to check is the status. So status of the BOM side, different statuses are given. This particular BOM is applicable for MRP exposure. It is applicable for planned order. It is applicable for relevant costing, so related to costing. It is applicable for work scheduling. It is applicable for orders, like this. No, now one is no where everything is applicable. If I put status 3 here, just an example, then this is blank, which means it is not related to costing. So if I run costing, system will not use this BOM. Like this, there are different status are there. If a company wants to create the BOM, but it does not want it to be used by the department, they can control them using this BOM status. Use the usage of the status. Or I want to use this only for costing purpose, not for any other thing, not for planning or other things. I will tick only the costing. I will use this costing purpose here. Like that, I can use it, BOM status. And then if I want to delete the BOM, this is the option. I can select the deletion indicator or deletion flag. So what is the deletion flag? What is the deletion indicator? We'll go there and see. Now the item. Let us press this item now, which is again going back to the detail. We are coming to the item page back. This is a 0010 first item. Double click on this. We go here inside. It is showing what is item number, what is the component we use. It is also showing the item category here. The item category is showing C means compatible unit, D means document item. Because when you produce a product, it is not that we are going to use only the products which are coming from the stock. Those items are called L stock items. L stock item is I am going to use the metal which is a stockable item. But at the same time, I may need to use some document. I want to bring as part of this one, then I can produce a document item. Or there may be some variable size items. For example, I am cutting some sheet. Different sizes will be used. Then I can use this variable size item. Like this, no different items are there. Now we are going to use L stock item categories. Other things, I have not explored much. Maybe if you want, you can explore them. But there are various options are there. And then the quantity. This item, how much quantity is used. Another important thing here is, if I just put the quantity and keep these fixed quantities a blank, if I put header quantity 1, right? So to produce one piece of that finished component, I need this one piece of input. So when my requirement is coming 100, then system will show that I need 100 of this component to produce it. That is if I keep the fixed quantity blank. But if I fill this, if I check this fixed quantity, then whether I produce 100, whether I produce 1000, whatever the quantity I fixed, it will remain the constant. It will not change. That is the impact of this fixed quantity. For example, there are some chemical reactions in which you need to add some additives or some reactants. Irrespective of the batch size, that quantity will remain the same, like the 500 grams you have to put. In that cases, you can use a fixed quantity. If it is needed, we'll use it. But there is option, because there are some cases where the component used in the production, they do not vary based on the finished product production. They are fixed irrespective of the production quantity what we are going to produce. In that cases, we can use this fixed quantity.
Sick. Sorry, sir.
Tell me.
Yeah, I have a question. So say for example, in a chemical reaction, when we have say 500 grams of a particular additive, and if there is the bill of material, that item needs say 100 pieces, it will still remain 100 grams if the fixed quantity indicator is ticked.
If you put it as a quantity as 100 means, it will, for even if you produce 500 or you produce 1000, if you produce 1500, if you put fixed quantity, it will be 100 only always.
Okay, got it, sir.
And here you can see the component scrap. Do you remember where we use the component scrap?
In MRP 2, 3 views, sir.
3 or 4?
4, sorry, MRP 4.
MRP 4. If you keep that MRP 4, that is applicable to wherever it is getting used. If one material I am using it in 5 different bill of materials. If I use it in Metal Master, it is applicable to all the 5 bill of materials same. But the scrap, when it is generated, when I produce product 1, it is only 1%. But when I produce product 2, it is 2%. When I produce product 3, it is 0%. Like this, if it is there, then I can come and update here the specific component scrap in this field. So whatever the component scrap we maintain in bill of material, that will overwrite the details what we maintain in the material master. Like this, there are many parameters what we maintain in Metal Master. They will be overridden by other master data. We will see them one by one. This is one example. The component scrap what you maintain in MRP 4 view of Metal Master, that is applicable for all. But if I maintain a specific bill of material, for that specific bill of material, whatever the change I did, system will take that change what is coming from bill of material. So these things also you have to keep in mind. For example, the customer is asking, or in your case, component scrap is not uniform across all the products. It is changing. There is option. Then here you can see one operation scrap, right? This also please take note and explore it. Go through that F1 help and go through that. What is the meaning of this? Maybe this also you can use. And then the status. Maybe you can put some from this page, so far we are in basic data. Now we are going to the status. Here we can put some descriptions. Also here the item status, what we put down, it is a production relevant. Costing relevancy is ticked here. See here, costing relevancy is selected. This means this particular component is part of the costing. If I don't want to include this component to cost, but if I want this to be in BoM only, then if you remove this tick mark, it will not be part of the cost. If you remove this tick mark, it will not be part of the cost. And then production store location. Here I can maintain that metal master, right? In metal master, we maintain this production store location. Where do we maintain this?
In MRP 2 view in the backflash, sir.
Along with the
MRP 1
backflash
view
production store location. The impact is where, if it is a finished product, where it will be stored. If it is a component during backflash, where did it be consumed? So metal master, we can fill only one store location. Again, that will be applicable to all. But during production, the same product in the same plant, I may be producing that product in another store location where I have to consume from another store location. Then I can use a different store location here for the specific product, a specific BoM. So this is again, we are overwriting the area. Production supply area is.
Question, sir. Sir, one question. Spare parts indicator means when we activate this will be used as a spare parts as well as in the production, or what is the usage of spare parts indicator, sir?
To be honest, I don't know. When we go into the system, let us see.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Production supply area, this serves as a place of interim storage on the shop floor to make the metal directly available for production purposes. This is used in Kanban processing. When you implement Kanban process, it will be used. So I am planning to publish a separate course on Kanban, handling the Kanban. That you can refer it later. In YouTube, I will publish it. Kanban, because one of the thing which can be very useful for manufacturing companies. So I am planning to do that, but not as part of this course, but I will do it in the YouTube later. I already implemented this to two customers, but I did not prepare the training material. I just guided them how to do it, and they implemented is successful. But I have not brought this as a training content. So I'm not ready with that, but later I will do it. Relevant to costing, I explained this. Then administration, who created, who changed it, what is the date and all we can see here. And if at all we want to assign any document to this particular BoM, we can attach them. There are options. Again, we are not going to attach any document because this is part of the document management system, which we are not going to discuss here. After completing this, save the BoM. This is how to create the BoM. So now we saw that how to create the BoM, what are the critical parameters. Now we will take that 5 minutes break for this video to record. When you come back, we will see that creation of BoM live, right? We'll take one example and do it. Now we'll come back again after 3 or 4 minutes.